The strongest blader in history versus the strongest blader of today, the Dragon Emperor versus the King of Beasts. If you grew up on the Metal Saga of Beyblade, you know that Ryuga versus Kyoya is a fan favorite that is considered by most the best battle in the Metal Saga. It felt like an event similar to the Gojo versus Sukuna fight in JJK, because Ryuga versus Kyoya is a battle in the series where both bladers were just on different timing, straight demon activity, a meathead's wet dream. Like little local was sitting there watching this masterpiece on the TV screen. It was the first time I understood what a true needle mover was. Before the battle even officially starts, Ryuga and Kyoya are going band for band in a meat measuring contest of whose Beyblade can destroy the stadium more. Kyoya's dropping a whole bunch of debris right in front of Ryuga's face that could kill him, but Ryuga's having the time of his life. Just straight rat energy between these two egotistical characters. Battles between two characters that are filled with pride always hit, because it just ends up being a back and forth of me screaming at the screen going, he's not playing fair. Because from the second you hear let it rip, it's peak fiction for the next 14 minutes. Immediate special moves to start the battle, and everything is at full power because there's no restriction with the stadium being destroyed. And Kyoya's battle IQ is put on full display throughout this fight, using debris from the stadium to slow down El Drago's movements. And then this mad lad tanks a full power Dragon Emperor soaring bite strike, which at that moment was the best feat in the entire series. This was the move that made Hikaru say, I need to put the pan down, I can't cook. And the second half of this battle is just phenomenal. The classic both parties wait until the sweat drop hits the ground to engage in combat. This moment starts things off and the tension is just through the roof. Like right here is what that real shonen is, just pure passion in a battle with no filter, which is another aspect of this battle that just gets the neuron active. The dialogue during this episode reminds me of two power scalers cooking each other, going quote retweet for quote retweet on Twitter. They're just talking crazy the entire time.
You're not even worth the dirt on my shoes as an opponent.
Takafumi had the recipe for what a great shonen fight should be to a T. You know how in manga where they have the narrator make statements about like building hype of what feats characters are doing throughout the fight? That's Madoka's role in this battle. So when the statement of each hit has as much power as a special move happens, I'm tweaking out, I'm geeked. I'm like, this is the battle. And for the rest of the battle, for the first time in the series ever, we witness someone that truly has Ryuga pushed to his limits. A clash between pure greed and pure blader spirit, and this ties into Kyoya's development throughout the first season, going from a loner filled with greed like Ryuga to someone that still has pride but has found a balance between friendship and greed in battle to create his own unique ego. I was moved. Now this is where my opinion gets a little controversial, but part of me is still salty that Kyoya lost this battle. El Drago had to come in and save him by taking over, which it does make sense plot wise. My salt will still remain 14 years after the episode aired, because Kyoya states halfway through this battle that this should be one between their own strength and not borrowed power, which Ryuga agrees to because he believes that Kyoya is so trash that he will win regardless, and then Kyoya is proven right in the end. So he technically wins the ideological bet between the two, but the story doesn't really address it enough. That's like my only gripe with this fight, that Kyoya got robbed of a win. Don't get me wrong, I'm a massive Ryuga fan, but this was just nasty work. Like the Ryuga had a gay school of Sukuna glazing on the side in the end there. But I guess Kyoya's blader spirit wasn't strong enough to beat the dark power, although I will say that the final clash went crazy, and the dialogue of El Drago possessing Ryuga is pretty fun. Bro is rambling about foolishness and Kyoya just like, alright bro, no more Arby's for you, man, just stop.
The only way to heal our wounds, we need Blader's power to heal our wounds. Huh, okay, that's really nice.
But Ryuga versus Kyoya will go down as one of the greatest battles in shonen history. And if you agree, make sure to spam that like button. I got one more Beyblade video planned this week, should be a longer one, so y'all will be fed. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite part of Ryuga versus Kyoya was, and should Kyoya have won that battle. And if you're someone that enjoys anime content that keeps it real, consider subscribing so when I hit 10K you can brag about being a day one. Gotta get back in the kitchen to cook. Peace.
You can't keep getting away with